So what's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing? You ready for some DashClicks knowledge, prospecting, show you how to use the dashboard, and any questions you have, you can ask me webinar style.
There we go.
Any questions before I get started? I don't know if any of you are using the dashboard right now, and before I get started, you have any questions as far as the technical aspects of the dashboard that I can help you with. I'm going to go through the dashboard with you, kind of show you different cool features and different things that you can do with it, but also give you like some technical knowledge and answer any technical questions you may have. So either or, I'm happy to do that. And before I get started, do you have any questions for me?
No.
Nope. All set. All right, so let's get started.
Did you get your stuff solved? Is that all good?
Yeah, I am all good. Thank you yesterday, Gil, too, for
Yeah, no problem.
up leveling it. Yeah, it was one of those things where I just had to be on the phone with somebody because we were like somehow speaking two different languages. We were both speaking English, but
I hear you. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so there was something going on. I know with the sub accounts, and we actually after you spoke with, I actually spoke with the dev team as well, because there's some funky stuff going on with that as well. And they actually resolved the issue. So that error message that you got there before, that's not going to happen anymore. But I'm going to go on a tangent for a second. So sub accounts are getting invited pretty much on whenever you created an instance site. Sub accounts are getting invited. That shouldn't have happened. So moving forward, that's not going to happen. And also, once you create instance sites now in the future, they're going to be on the pending tab now instead of the active tab. So you're going to be able to send them the invitation once it happened, and once they accept, they'll in the active tab afterwards. So that whole system and that whole flow has been fixed because of you.
Sweet. Thank you. That sounds better.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so I'll go ahead and share my screen, and we'll just go through this dashboard. Let's do that. Okay, here is the DashClicks dashboard in all of its glory. So as you can see, you have the different widgets over here, and this is the main dashboard. When you access it, this is what so obviously you being with Dashly, you have access to DashClicks Pro, and that's part of what you're getting with Dashly. You have access to the paid plan of DashClicks. Okay, so within DashClicks, so in the main dashboard, and to see it, you have access to all the widgets. So you can customize it, you can remove widgets, add widgets, so you can get everything from a bird's eye view over here in the first page of the dashboard. You also have these shortcuts on the top right section over here, where you can add different shortcuts for frequently used applications. So you can feel free to do that, add, remove, etc. I know Chad had mentioned that our dev team is actually working on having a left rail situation that's going to be different than an app drawer icon like this. So I think that's going to be an improvement. I'm looking forward to seeing that. So instead of having this app drawer icon over here on the top, it's going to be all of the applications over here on the left side. It's going to be much more easy to manage and navigate to other different apps. So that's going to be a big help for everyone. Okay, so let's go through these different apps. So obviously, like I said, we have the dashboard, it's the main dashboard, and then we have the Contacts app. Okay, the Contacts app pretty much integrates with many different applications on your dashboard. This is where you can, and this is our test account, by the way. Probably should have logged into the demo account, but anyway. This is the test account. So this is where our reps will actually perform tests if there are any issues, any dev issues, any tests that they need to run. If any of our clients are having any issues with their account, this is where we're going to come to, and we're going to run tests. This is where you have the people contacts. So you can see people contacts that are here. And like I mentioned, these contacts pretty much interact with different aspects of the dashboard. And I'll get into that a little bit later on. And so as you're prospecting, as you're building out your client base, you can come over here and add those contacts in here. This acts as your CRM pretty much, and you can add new people, import contacts, export contacts, etc. as needed. Now you also have your business contacts as well, which you can sync with your people contact. If you have a person contact and you have a business and they're not associated with each other, you can associate them with each other, or just have separate contacts as well. And just like the people contacts, you can import, create new businesses, import, export, and do all those cool things. You can manage your columns. So if you want to look at everything from a different standpoint and not have things sorted this way, you can manage your columns and do different things. You can also search your different businesses and search your different people contacts as well. So this is pretty much just an all-encompassing CRM for you. Okay. If you press on the contact, you can see some more information. You can add your name or the contact name, email, phone number, etc. And this is where you can associate those businesses to. If you need to associate it with a business, you can do that here, add the business here. You can add any attachments to it. You can add it to deals directly in here, or you can create automations, which I'll go through with you later, which will automatically create a deal and automatically create a contact. And this is the contact owner, not to be confused with the actual business itself. This is pretty much the user of the dashboard that is the owner of the specific contact. You can add followers. So if you have multiple users, you can add followers if there's any updates to that specific user. Okay, you can add tags to it to keep things organized and structured, adding tags, and then filtering out your contacts with tags. You can do all that here. Associated Insta reports, associated insights, and also this new feature DND. So do not disturb. If anyone wants to unsubscribe from any emails that you send out, anything like that, you can do that here automatically. All right, cool. So that's the contacts. Might need to go through some other things as well, but does that make sense? Any questions regarding how contacts works, the CRM? Any questions regarding that? No? Cool. Before I get into other things, so within your dashboard, you're actually able to, SSO stands for single sign-on, into your sub accounts. So if you have a sub account in there and they have any issues, they have any questions, something's not working right for them, you can actually go in here and you can log into their account, test their integration, test their automations, do whatever you need to do. You can log into their account and see what's going on as well. And you can search that up here. Okay. Now we have the Insights application. Okay. Are you guys using Insights? You like Insights? You're using it? Everything's cool with Insights? Oh no, what's going on? Yeah. Okay, so as you may already know, and I really hope you're using Insights as a prospecting tool, and that's what it is. It's a prospecting tool. So yes, obviously you can build sites instantaneously, hence the name with Insights. But the main purpose of it is it's a prospecting tool. So not only are you building a website for someone, you are sending that website to a prospect. You are letting them know, hey, I built that a website for you. You are adding them as a client. You're adding them as a prospect. And then once you sold them the website and they're paying you for a website, or they paid you one time for a website and paying you recurring for a website, you can then sell them on other services. Insights is a way for you to get through the door for that specific client, for you to prospect clients, to get through the door to the client, so you can sell them on other services as well in the future. Okay. Now, the way that Insight works is, so obviously we have over 300 different templates over here, business, e-commerce, and landing pages, and you can obviously go through the process, build an Insight, and you can build out one Insight or multiple Insights with contacts over here, or upload CSVs if you want to build out many Insights using the CSV that you uploaded. And I'm not going to go through the process necessarily, but that is the purpose. That is the way that Insight works. So you build out an Insight, you send it to a client. That's what Chad teaches and preaches for the most part, is how it works. Is you send it out, you'll go ahead and call that prospect. You send it out to a local plumber, local garage door technician, whatever it is, and you call that person and say, hey, look, I built out a website for you. Check it out. Isn't it cool? And then they'll say, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I wanted it. Then you tell them how much it costs and you activate it for them, etc. Obviously, there are rebuttals to the clients that if those prospects do not want to proceed with it. And some of the things you can say, some of the things that happen is those clients may have a website already, or they don't need a website. That's when you can come in and go through those rebuttals and go through that sales pitch. And I guess I can go through that. If you send an Insight to a client or a prospect and they say they don't have a website, so you say, okay, does your website suck? Let me take a look at your website. This site looks a lot better than your website. You can convert a lot better with the Insight that I just sent you compared to the website that already exists. Okay, that's one way to sell the site. Number two, which should have probably been number one, is they don't have a site. That's the easiest way. They say, oh, I don't have a website. I don't need a website. So that's where you tell them, you do need a website. This is 2023. No business. You can't have any businesses out there that don't have a website. You need a website to get more clients. You already have your client base, but how it can't hurt to get more clients. You need to get yourself visible online, and the website's the best way to do that. Okay. Number three is they can say that they have a website and the website is already very cool. It's already very good. Hold on, I have a chat over here. Translation in French. Kathy, can you clarify? Do you mean, are the Insights translatable? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, because I live in Quebec, right? I've had 2-3 clients in French, but when they saw that this website was in English, they backed away right away, because in Quebec, they're kind of like cold with English language. Okay. So do I have to translate everything by myself? How can I do this?
From what I know, in Insights, there are apps or plugins available that can act as an active translator on the sites. So you can pretty much try to sell the site in English and then have the translator tool on the website, and then it'll translate it. However, using that, it'll give you like a rough translation. So some things may be lost in translation because it's not necessarily going to just generate the site as like a French speaking site, like someone in actual French, a French speaker actually wrote out the content on the site. But yeah, there is a translation feature. Otherwise, if you didn't want to use a translation feature, you would have to pretty much just translate the site in French. But as an alternative, I'd say maybe I know obviously targeting your local market and demographic is a good thing to do, but maybe you can target an English speaking demographic as well. Obviously you speak English, so you can target other users in an English speaking demographic in the United States. You're not limited to just Quebec, right? You can target anyone in the United States, maybe people in Toronto and whatever it is, you target those people as well. But yeah, to answer your question, there is a translation app or widget or something that you can implement onto the site. It's just not going to be like it was written by a French speaker if you use that translation feature, but it's there. It's there. But also you can sell the site to them, and the appeal of this site is that you're selling it for a very low price, right? And you can sell it for a low price, and you can say, hey, look, it's not in French, but you can go in there, go into your account, go into the website, and make all the edits that you need to on your end. You're paying a very low price for this website as it is, all right? So it's not exactly how you want it, but you're saving $5,000 as an example, and you could just go in there, make a few changes, and then you have your French website that you're looking for. So,
Yeah, exactly. Because in Quebec, they don't know a lot about marketing and they pay okay for a website. This is like the Quebecers entrepreneurs. So I'm just like, wow. So if I can translate everything in French, it's a good market.
okay, so here's another solution for you. Sell the site, use that French translation widget or app that I mentioned, and then I'll give you the rough translation. Have you or your client copy and paste that and just rewrite so it makes sense as if it was spoken by a French speaker. So you don't actually need to know anything, just so it just looks and sounds better that way. And you can use the translation that comes up. Cool. Awesome. All right. So like I was saying, I gave you two different examples of people with sites or one that doesn't have a site, one that has a sucky website. The third option is someone that maybe has a good website that you can't really sell a website to. And that could happen, and that's fine. And you can say, hey, look, our Insta sites are really cool. They're really quick. They're using Amazon Web Services, so they load very fast. They're rendering really fast. They're great from every aspect of that. They're SEO optimized and all that. But if for some reason you can't sell it, then you can start a conversation with that prospect. You can say, hey, are you running ads? If they yes, then you can say, oh, then you don't want this website. Then I have landing page templates that I can send you as well. Check out these landing pages. These will help your ads convert even better. Or if they are running ads and they're using their current website as a landing page, you can say, oh, you shouldn't do that. You should use a landing page that will help convert your leads better. If you're using ads, you need to have a designated landing page. Using the contact us page from your website doesn't really work as well as if you have a designated landing page. So many different ways that you can try to convert a sale from Insta sites, but at the end of the day, it's putting your foot through the door, which I guess something I just thought of right now is you open up that line of communications. They don't want a website from you. They don't need a landing page. They don't need anything. You can say, okay, we also offer other digital marketing services. Do you want SEO? Do you need Google ads? Do you need Facebook ads? Whatever it is that you need, we got you. So it's not only does it give you the ability to put your foot through the door and try to sell that site, but now you can try to sell other marketing services. If option 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't work for selling that site, there are other things you can try to sell. Make sense? Cool. Yeah. Any questions? Any technical questions regarding insights and how it works or anything like that?
Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
When you do the multiple upload with the CVS file, do I get to pick a Insta site for each one, or does it make 10 of the Insta site that's picked?
So it'll do, yeah. So it'll just be that template that you pick.
Okay.
So yeah, if you upload, let's say you have 10 contacts in the CSV. So I would just make sure that it's the same niche, however it's pronounced, however you say it. Just make sure it's the same niche. And then so it'll generate those sites and then just categorize it. If you have a CSV with many different companies and different niches, so just categorize it, just create different CSVs so you can upload them. Yeah, because it's going to be the same template for, okay, no problem. Something else? There was another.
I was wondering, are there any options to duplicate a site or create our own as a template if we wanted to do a different niche that's not available in Insta?
You are not the first person to ask, and I have been pleading with Chad. It's a request that we've gotten multiple times. I'm pleading with Chad to prioritize it so we can do it. You can't do it right now. That is a great question. That's a great feature that I would love to have, that you can either create your own template or take a template, make edits to it, and save the changes after you make a change, after you make that change to that existing template and resell it. We don't have that option as of right now, unfortunately. It's something that we're working on. We will have it in the near future. We are launching the funnel builder as well, and you will have the option to do that, I believe, in the funnel builder. But with Insta sites, no, we can't do it yet, but we will have that option in the future.
Is the funnel builder going to allow you to do full websites?
I do believe so. That's a better question for Chad. He's the one actually developing it and working with the dev team and all that. But I think you'll be able to fully build out a site. It'll just take time. You'll just have to put time into it. Be able to sell the templates as well, or build or save the templates as well. And the cool thing about the funnel builder is that there isn't going to be any limitations. It's not going to cost you any money to activate the funnel, unlike Insights. So when the funnel builder is going to be released, it's going to be a really cool feature that yeah, you can use it, you can resell, and your sub accounts are going to be able to go in there and you can resell. That's going to make it easier for you to actually resell sub accounts as well, and because that's going to be really appealing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, cool. Any other questions? No. All right, let us move on to our next prospecting tool, Instant Reports. So Instant Reports is similar to Insights. The only difference, it's similar, but not really similar. So Instant Reports allows you to build out reports for prospects to show them their overall general online visibility, and give them a score. It will give them a score for SEO. It'll give them a score for their Facebook ads, their Google ads, their website, if their website is quick, their social media presence and all that stuff. And that allows you to take that information and to resell it to your prospects as well. I know at a certain point we're building on having other Instant Report templates besides the general ones. If you just wanted to run a report for SEO, for example, or Facebook ads or Google ads, you would have been able to do that. I don't know if that's still in the pipeline, but for right now, we have general reports. So pretty much what you can do with this is generate the report, send it to a prospect via email, via text, whatever it is. After that, you call that prospect and say, hey, look, I just sent you a report. It looks like your SEO got a grade of an F, your Facebook ads got a grade of a D. You need some help with these. This is what our team can do. We can help you improve your SEO. We can help you improve your online presence with Facebook ads. We can help you do all these things. It says it right here in the report. Let us do the work for you, and we can help improve those things for you. It can also help you. The report itself can also help you resell an Insight possibly, because if their site score is low, if their site loading speeds are low, you can actually sell them an Insight. So if their existing site is just not only does it suck, but is not loading fast, it's not doing these things, this opens up the door for you to sell an Insight as well, which obviously has like a chain effect, because then you can sell other marketing services and so forth. Okay. Any questions regarding Instant Reports? Everything good with that? Can you see anything?
Can we see a quick example of an Instant Report, please?
Yeah, sure. We can also build one if you want. Let's go and build one. So you go there, you go to contacts. I am just going to select one of these random contacts here. All right, let's go to that one. I'm not going to notify anyone because I don't know if there's any real phone numbers or emails, but you can send an email, you can send an SMS, you can send both. And then depending on those options, it's going to send out to the email or SMS that you pick. But in this case, I'm going to select notification so we can see what it does. And it's going to remove from your one balance credit amount of 25 cents. And then that's it. So now it's in the queue. So it's queued out. So let's just go ahead and see one of these built ones as this one is building out. So you will be able to see it here. For some reason, this one is not popular. Why are they not here? Oh, I can press the preview. Never mind. Sorry. All right, so let's take a look at this one. So this is what it's going to look like. So there's a quick little video over here in the top left. It's going to give you, so there's not a lot of information here. If there were photos of the business that would populate here, it'll give you general scores for listings, which is something you can sell, reviews, which you can resell in the form of the reputation app, and social, which is for the social posts. Okay, there's information for the listings and a little video here. Okay, if they had listings, it would give them a percentage, but because they don't have any listings, it's not showing anything here. It gives them information about the reviews, for Google reviews, social, and it's not showing some other things that would show for other accounts like SEO websites, I think, because maybe this isn't a good example of one. So let me go back. Let me see if I can find a better example. And you can also copy that preview link. So if for some reason your client's saying, oh, I didn't get the email, I didn't get the SMS, you can take that, copy it, and send it to them via SMS or email manually. So you have that option there. Okay, this one's a little more comprehensive because there's more information. There's a website. There's some business photos. It's giving you a grade for listings, reviews, social, website, SEO, etc. Okay, so it gave them a grade for an A for the listing. So it means they have listings up and everything's good with the listings. It gives them a grade of an F for the reviews, gave them a grade of F for social. Their website gave it a B based off the information here. It's automatically running through the Google PageSpeed test, okay, for both mobile and desktop. And I guess that's why it averaged out to a B, because I got a C for mobile and an A for desktop. And this is what I was saying, that you can actually resell Insights this way. It gives them information on what they should do to fix it. So most people are going to see this information and are probably going to be overwhelmed. They're going to be like, all right, can you help me fix these things? Where you say, yes, I can, of course. Okay. Then it gives them a grade for SEO. So you can see it gave them a grade of a C. It gives them their domain and their competitor domains and their keywords and keyword difficulty and all that good stuff. Their backlinks. Give them a grade for Google ads. And if they were running Facebook ads, it would give them a grade for that. Yeah. Makes sense? Cool. Awesome. All right, let's move. All right. So the Sites app, this is where you as an agency, you come in on your main account and you're able to select, if you don't already have one, you can select a website, agency website template, and you can manage it here. Now, here's the thing that you should know. If your sub account, their sub account also has a Sites app, but once they go into their Sites app, they do not see agency website templates because they're sub accounts, they don't have that. If they purchase an Insta through you, that's what they're going to see on there, and they're going to see their agency, their site. So it's going to be different as far as what you as an agency can see and what your clients can see, but it's both going to be pertaining to your site. So for you, it's going to be your agency site. For your clients, it's going to be their Insta site. Now I'm going to skip forward to projects because this is where your sub accounts are going to be able to, where you're going to be able to see your sub accounts information, their integrations, their website, etc. So because you only see your agency website in the Sites app, you might be asking, all right, so I have Insta, where can I see those projects besides just the Insta app if I want to make the edits for the client website? So this is where you're going to go. So you're going to go to the projects app. You're going to see all your active projects here in the left rail. And then based off of those, you can select the website. And once you have an Insta for that project, you're going to be able to see it here, preview here, make edits to it, etc. Then you can also integrate analytics. If they're running Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, if they have any of those things, so you can do the integrations here. You can see all the different integration options, okay? And you can do the integrations for them. Regarding integrations, we do recommend that your clients do the integrations on their end. And the reason for that is because once an integration is done, the information for that. So if you integrate a Facebook ads account, so the Facebook ads cookie is going to get stored in the dashboard. So if you do it for your client and you log in through your Facebook ads account, once your clients log into their account, they're going to be able to see the information on your Facebook ads account. I'm sorry if that sounds confusing. So what you need to remember is if you're going to do the integration for your client, make sure to log in using their Facebook ads credentials or their Google ads credential instead of logging into your account if they give you access to it. So your cookies do not get stuck and are visible on your client side. Okay. Let me know if I lost you. Let me know if that was a little too technical, complicated information. But in general, you just want to, the easiest thing to do would be to have your clients go in here. If they want to do an integration, to have them do it on there. Okay. Any questions regarding that?
So for instance, if we're setting up a Google Ads account for a client and we have CallRail for them and that we set up, you're saying they should be the one to integrate CallRail?
I don't think so. All right, so you have a CallRail account. So when it comes to CallRail, I might not be exactly certain how that works, but let me try to figure it out. So you have a CallRail account and you purchase the phone number for the client and they don't have a CallRail account. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not really sure yet because I haven't done it yet and they're not real tech savvy. And so I'm intending to do as much for them as I can because I don't think they will know what they're doing if I...
Gil, go back to that page you were just on right now. Yeah. So CallRail, Call Track, and Metrics is us, like as agency owners, because we own those accounts. But
Okay.
what you're mentioning, Gil, is the other ones on here should be hooked up directly from them, correct?
Yeah. So my point is that if you're integrating a Facebook ads account for your client, let's say your client has a Facebook ads account and they gave you access and then you
Yeah.
want integration for them. So you log into your account and because they gave you access, you're doing the integration for them. That's where the problem happens. Okay. Instead of logging in directly into their Facebook ads account or them doing the integration on there. Because if you are logging into your account and integrating for them, the cookie is stored and all your Facebook ads accounts may appear on the sub accounts once they log in on there.
Do you have documentation to walk them through how to do this? We can just send them that documentation of, hey, you're going to go into your account, click on Facebook ads and sign up and so forth.
Yeah, I do believe we have documentation for that in our help center, in our white label help center.
Cool.
I'm 99% sure, but this is pretty much what this advisory is saying, by the way. So if you read, this is what I'm describing is what it's saying up here.
Okay.
Now, I do want to go back to your question about CallRail, because maybe if you're creating a CallRail account, you're just purchasing numbers for your clients, you're not necessarily giving them access. I don't believe it works the same way. I think you'll just be able to integrate that specific phone number and it's not going to be tied into your other CallRail phone numbers.
Okay.
I'm 99% sure about that. If for some reason you do it and you see something otherwise, just let me know and I can look into it further for you. Okay.
Okay. So same thing with Google Ads too. Like you're saying they should be the one to connect it.
Yeah, you can do it for them. You just have to be careful if you're logging into your account and doing the integration that way.
Yeah, I have one of those MCC accounts, and then they shared their account
Yeah.
inside of that with me. So
Yeah. So
okay.
that's the thing. So if you have an MCC with a whole bunch of other Google Ads accounts, into your MCC and do the integration using your MCC, when your client logs into their sub account, they're going to have your MCC integrated into their account. That's the issue with that.
You're not
Instead-
able to select filter. So like you click on Google Ads really quick.
Okay.
Does it continue or do you gotta hit continue?
Sorry. Yeah. So it's giving you like different account options here. So if you have like an MCC, one of these, then that's where it's going to link that MCC to that sub account because the project is a sub account. So yeah, you just want to make sure that if you do have that scenario where they're giving you access to the MCC, that you just want to log in directly from their account or have them do the integration on their end. Or if you're actually going into your MCC and you're creating that account, to make sure to give them access, to have them create an account as well. So they have access to their specific account that you created under your MCC and then log in through that.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this something that might change later, or is this the way
It's-
it will always be?
I think it's gonna be this way. It's just because it's the dashboard just stores that information in there. With that, I think that's just the way it works. I can speak for a dev team and see if there's like an alternate solution, but from what I know from originally when we were working on this, that's just the way that those integrations work and how they operate when we
Okay.
have the main account, sub account situations. That's a little complicated. Yeah. Went off on a little tangent there, but yeah, this type of like technical things and questions and issues
No, that's good to know. I would have no idea otherwise.
Yeah, and that's also why we had that little disclaimer here in the top as well. Yeah. I think the easiest thing to do, the thing that works 100% of the time, so you don't have to worry too much, is just have your clients go in there, do the integrations in there.
I guess it's not the end of the world if I jump on Zoom with them a lot. So like I could have them share their screen and just tell them where to click and
Absolutely
do it that way.
Yep. Okay. So we talked about sites. Now let's go into templates. All right. So this is where you can create templates for any automations that you have. If you have any emails that are being sent out, any SMSs that are sent out using the automation, so you can create your templates here, set them here, and then with the automations that you're creating, make sure that those whatever templates you're creating are being sent out with those automations. So that's what the templates is for. So now I'm going to flip over to conversations. And the reason I'm going into conversations before I go into everything is I don't think the templates are integrated right now into the conversations. And this is something that people have brought up to us. You, in the very near future, once we have resolved that issue, you're going to be able to go into conversations and the templates that you created for email and SMSs, you're going to be able to go directly into conversations and upload this template. So I believe it's an ongoing feature request that's going to be resolved soon. But for right now, with the templates, you can use those for the automations that you're setting. Okay. Now, talking about conversations, what conversations obviously does is allows you to have two-way conversations via email, via SMS. And if you integrated a live chat into a website, this is where you can manage that conversation. If you ever use Intercom or Zendesk or one of those softwares, so that's how pretty much the live chat works that way through there. The one thing for you to know when it comes to emails, as an example, if you send an outbound email to someone, to a prospect, to a client, whatever it is, you're going to select the email that you want to send it to, and you're going to send out that email. The client is going to receive an email. Now, once they reply to you, it's not going to go to an email that you have on file, even though you have the from email set to that. You're only going to be able to see that email here. Okay. So when it comes to the conversations and the two-way conversations regarding email, the replies are only going to appear here in the conversations. Okay, so they're not going to appear, you're not going to receive those in the email, even though the from email is set to there. Does that make sense? I'm trying to describe some things in certain ways. I know I might sound confusing in a way, so if that doesn't make sense, let me know. Okay. Besides that, any questions regarding the Conversations app or any questions at all regarding the live chat system and how that works? By the way, if you need to set that up and need information on how to set up the live chat, so you go into Conversations, you press Settings. Okay, this is where you can create that live chat, that bubble, customize the messenger. It's very customizable, do all these things, set availability, put whatever required information you want your client to do. And then you press this button to add the chat to the website. All right, you select the domain that you need, copy the code, put it in. Another quick note tip, I would put this code in the footer, because if you put it in the header and then you run an insert report, it might come up, you might see dash metrics or something, and it might throw some things off. Quick note, try to just put this in the footer of your site. See if you can do that. But anyway, yeah, you put that on the website, then the live chat system is going to appear on that site, and then the two-way live chat is going to work after that, and some more customizations in here as well. Any questions? Okay. All right, let's go to deals. So deals is really cool. I really hope that all of you are using deals. This is pretty much, if you use this, you know exactly how it works. If you haven't, and you use a system like Pipedrive or something of that sort, that's pretty much what this is like. And this also integrates with other in the dashboard as well, and I'll get into that afterwards. But you can create deals, you can create different pipelines. So if you have different pipelines, so if you have different projects that you're working on, different things and different accounts that you're working on, so you can create different pipelines. So that's cool. And then you can add different deals in here. If you wanted to add a new deal, you can add that deal information here and then move it across the pipeline. And then each step of the pipeline is going to be the different aspect of where that deal is and where it's operating, right? And also within the deals app, you can also create these automations. So let's say you create an automation over here for creating an Insight as an example. This is what that's for, right? Should be able to move these over. Okay. Yeah. So let's say you create this, in this specific case, it's an insert report. So when you move a deal across over here, because you have this insert report, so it's going to automatically create an insert report, and that's set for the deal. And there are other automations that you can create as well. So let's say if you press on deal automation, so we have automations for creating it or sending out an email automatically, sending out an SMS, building an insight, building an insert report, and so forth. So this is a powerful tool. So pretty much you can automate everything that you're doing within the deals, with your deals. So we saw that there's an insert report automation here. That means that if I move this deal across to this stage, not only is it moved along to this stage of the deal, but an insert report is automatically going to get set up, and any other automation that I have here. Like in this case, there's an email that's going to be sent out 1 minute after that deal is moved over here. And you can edit this automation as well if you need, and so forth. So there's a lot of cool features within the Deals app that you can utilize, automations that you can create, different customizations that you can do, a lot of cool features in the Deals app. Okay, any questions regarding deals? No? All right, cool. All right, inbound. All right, so this is where you can create different campaigns, and these different campaigns can actually sync up to the rest of your applications, like sync up with your deals, it can create new contacts, and so forth. So when you create it, so you can create a campaign, let's say, for example, you want to set up an Insight campaign. So this is going to set up an Insight, and then when people go into that Insight and they submit information on that Insight, you can set it to actually create a deal. You can have it automatically create, what am I trying to say? A contact. You can have it do that. So instead of you having to take an information from a form submission and then manually put it in your Deals app, so you can actually automate this whole system to do all that for you. You can also integrate Facebook ads. You can integrate a ClickFunnels funnel. If you built out a form within the dashboard, you can also integrate that here. So if you set up a form, put it on your website, someone inputs information on that form, those leads are going to populate here in the My Lead section in the dashboard. Okay, so many different options that you can do over here within the inbound app, and different things that you can do in it. Obviously, it communicates with other applications as well. It can automatically create new contacts, automatically add deals to your Deals app, depending on what you want to do. A lot of cool different things that you can do with inbound. And I'm like breezing through some of these things because obviously we're short on time. But if you have any questions, anything you want to ask, feel free. Happy to help. Happy to answer. All good. Yeah. Makes sense. All right, cool. All right, analytics. This is where you can integrate the analytics for yourself as an agency. So you can do all those integrations here. You go and you connect the analytics. So this is, again, I don't want to point out the difference again between the integration between projects and this. So like I mentioned before, the sites integration, this is for your agency website. And now this analytics app for yourself, this is going to be for your own agency. So if you're running a Facebook ads campaign, a Google ads campaign, so you're going to integrate it here. This is where you don't necessarily need to be careful with integration. As you can see, there's no disclaimer up here. This is because this is for your account. This is for your main account. Only you have access to these integrations. Only you have access to this data. Okay. So again, the difference between this is for your account, this is for your agency. And if you go back to projects and you do the analytics and do an integration here in analytics, this is for your sub accounts. This is for your projects. That's the main difference between those. Okay. I talked about forms briefly as I was going through the inbound app and talked about the integration that you can do with the forms. But this pretty much allows you to create different forms. So whether you want to create a form, you want to add it to your website, it's a form submission. Let's say you're running a campaign, you're running a Facebook ads campaign and you have a landing page and you want to create a form and put it on that landing page, you can do it here, over here. And then forms that come in over here, you're going to get the information, you're going to be able to see it here. You can also create onboarding documents using the Forms app. And just so you know, our onboarding documents that we have for Dashlix are using the Forms app ourselves. So we actually use all of these forms to create the onboardings for all of our fulfillment services. So these are really good forms to use, and we're even using them in-house for onboarding purposes. So you can use them for, like I said, for form submissions, you can use it for onboardings and many different applications as well. Okay. And you have the builder, this is where you can create it. So you can create a classic form, group form, card form, and obviously we also have different templates that you can use as well over here in the templates. And you can see there's over like 400 different templates here. So many different forms that you can utilize and use for yourself as well. Survey forms, experience survey, new product evaluation. Yeah, it's pretty endless. And obviously you can create new forms yourself. Okay, any questions? All right, cool. All right, we went over projects. Now let's go over reputation. Oh, by the way, just a quick note before I proceed. So when it comes to sub accounts and the main accounts, I just want to talk about the difference. So the apps that your sub accounts will not have once you give them access to the dashboard are Insights, Insert Reports, projects, and they don't have access to the fulfillment center. Obviously, Insights and Insert Reports are agency prospecting tools, so that's why they don't have access to those. The projects is where you're able to manage your client's projects. So they're just using the dashboard for their own business. They're not managing any external projects. And obviously the fulfillment center will have our wholesale prices. This is where you as an agency go in there and check out for yourself. We will have a storefront feature in the future where you're going to be able to edit prices and your clients are going to be able to go in there and purchase directly from the dashboard. And there's going to be a whole automation where we get the orders and all that. But that's coming in the future. As of right now, your clients don't have the fulfillment center. Okay, so that's some quick notes for you to note there. So everything else I'm speaking about, every other app, those are apps that your clients can actually take advantage of and use. Okay. So my reviews. So this is pretty cool. So you can integrate Facebook or Google My Business reviews that come in from those two different platforms, and we're going to have more platforms in the future that come in as well. But for right now, those are the two platforms that you can integrate. So once you have those integrations in place, you can actually go in here and reply to reviews. So if you have different reviews that came in on the Google My Business platform, you can come in over here once you have the integration in place and reply to those reviews. And you can actually, it's a powerful tool, but you can actually filter out those reviews, because if you go to the Google platform itself as an example, the filtering options are very minimal. So over here, you can actually sort them out by star ratings. So you can go over here and just filter them out and then just reply to the reviews. Another cool feature of this is that you can actually request reviews. So you can send a review request URLs directly to an email or SMS. You can copy the review link, and cool feature about this actually is you can automate this process as well. Okay, so you can create a response template. So let's say you wanted automated responses to be sent out to those who are leaving 1 through 3-star reviews, because I guess you can say those are negative. So you can create a template over here saying, I'm sorry that you had a negative experience with us. One of our support team members is going to reach out to you to see how we can improve our services. As an example, you can use that, create a template name, etc. And then you can create a response rule. So once you create a rule, you can actually set the rule to automatically send out a response template. Let's say you create a rule that if a review comes in that's between 1 and 3 stars, it's going to use the negative review template. And those review responses are automatically going to get sent out to the reviews that are left that are from 1 to 3 stars. And you can create as many rules as you want. So you can do one for 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, etc. So it's a powerful tool that you can automate pretty much reviews that come into for your agency. Okay, pretty cool. And like I said, your clients are going to have access to this feature as well. Okay, any questions? No? Cool. All right, moving forward for conversation the rest. Okay, I don't have an integration here, unfortunately, but the way that billing pretty much works is it just connects to your Stripe account. So you connect your Stripe account here, and then it's just a two-way integration. So once you come over here, so if in your Stripe account you have customers, you're gonna be able to see the customers here. If you have products, you'll be able to see the products here, and you can actually create the products within here. You can create the customers, and it's a two-way sync, two-way integration. So once you create a customer here, it's going to appear in your Stripe app, or once you create a customer in your Stripe app, it's going to appear here, and vice versa. And the cool thing about this, and the reason why we have this feature, is because Stripe can get pretty complicated. So this is an easy way for you as an agency and your clients to use the billing app, and it just makes things a lot easier for everyone. That's what the billing app does. Okay. Any questions regarding billing?
One thing I did notice when I was setting this up that was a slight thing missing in the support documents was that when you go to add a customer in here, tells you to select your customer, like up in the upper right hand corner where there's that little plus sign.
Okay.
You can't just select your customer, like you have to create the customer first. If it's somebody, if you're not doing business with them yet, so say like, because you can bill anybody through this, whether or not they have any sort of DashClicks product yet.
So you're saying you're limited, so you can't create a customer unless you're billing them. Is that what you're saying?
No, it works. It's just your support document was missing a crucial step, and that was to tell people that they have to add the customer first. It just says select the customer, and it's confusing because I already had added them into my contacts. And so I thought, oh, I just select them from my contacts, and it won't let you do that. You have to add them first.
Okay.
The customer. I don't know. I guess I would have to have it pulled up in front of me to tell you specifically, but
Yeah.
so like I was confused, and then I got on support to ask them about it, and they just kept sending me to the support document, which was missing the step. And so I got nowhere, and then I finally figured it out that there was like a step missing from it.
Okay. I'm sorry about that too. So
That's okay. Was just pointing it out because I don't know if it ever got passed along to anybody, that because it was really a simple thing, but it just hadn't been like hard tested yet.
if you can, I'd really appreciate it if you could, after our call, whenever today, Monday, whatever next week, send me a message.
Okay.
Screenshots and whatever is missing, and I'll make sure to update that help article.
Sure.
You, future users, anything that comes up like that, you can let me know directly, and I obviously have access to all of her help articles and everything, and I'll
Okay.
make things get sorted for you. I appreciate that. Okay, awesome. All right, a couple more things I wanted to go over before we get off this call. I wanted to go over sub accounts. So I mentioned earlier that obviously on the DashClicks Pro plan, you can actually send out sub account invitations to all of your prospects, clients, whatever it is. You can resell sub accounts. What we had before, our big update was we used to, the only way that you can have your sub accounts be on a paid plan would be to charge them the rates that DashClicks would tell you, and then DashClicks would make a cut and it would go through that process. But now, since our update, you can pretty much send out sub account invitations to whoever you want, and they are on the paid plan. So you can give that out for free if you want. I wouldn't recommend that, but you can if you want, as like an extra incentive of working with you. But you can also charge your clients whatever you want, and none of that would go to DashClicks. So you can tell them the dashboard is $500 per month, sell that, and then just sell that to as many people as you want, and not give DashClicks any money. That's fine. That's your sub account. That's fine. As long as you're in Dash Lead, and people that are non-Dash Lead would pay the $99 per month being DashClicks Pro. That's the only thing. But you can resell those sub accounts for whatever price you want, and DashClicks does not take a cut of that. To do that, obviously you would go into the sub account section, you add new sub account, you put in the information, select the business, and it sends out sub account invitation. Now, I would make sure before you send out any sub account invitations to make sure that your domain is white labeled. If it's not white labeled, your sub accounts will see DashClicks in the URL. So just make sure that your domain is white labeled, just to make sure that they don't see the DashClicks name. And then you can send out sub account invitations. Okay. One thing besides that I wanted to go over is rebilling. So this is our new rebilling system. So this allows you to actually not only send out sub account invitations to clients, prospects, etc., but for you to actually make money if those people are actually using the dashboard and sending out SMSs, sending out emails, purchasing phone numbers, purchasing listings. So you can, because I don't have a Stripe integrated here in this test account, so it's not letting me do the slider, but pretty much you can set this slider to from ×1 to ×10. If it's at ×1, pretty much your clients will send out SMSs, and once they are prompted to add more funds to their one balance, they'll add funds and you get those funds. But if you don't have a multiplier here, then you're not necessarily going to make money. So if you set it at ×2, okay. So the way this works, by the way, is once you have this integrated and your clients need to refill their one balance. So if they put in $10 in their one balance, you get those funds. So those funds are transferred to your account. Okay. Then so your one balance, the client's one balance is being depleted as SMSs and emails are being used, and yours is as well as the main account. Okay. It's going to be depleted at the same rate if this is set to 1, but if it's set to 2, as an example, your clients are going to use up their one balance at a ×2 rate compared to yours. Okay, so this is one of those technical things where I know it might sound confusing. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so if it's set at ×2, so for every $10 your client spends recharging their one balance, you're going to spend $5. So your client needs $10 to fill their one balance, then you need $10. So every $5 difference, that's going into your pocket. Okay. So that's at a times 2. And you can set this up to times 10. So you can make as much money as you want to roll up to times 10. Okay. So that's how that works. And phone numbers and listings works a bit different. So with phone numbers and listings, from what I know from a billing standpoint, so you would just charge that, and then Dashlix will just charge you the difference of those funds. So it works a little different. It's not dependent on one balance. So it just works a bit different. But yeah, you can set the multiplier here as you need. And you can also, for listings, you can actually press the edit button here and set the amount that you want to resell the listings for. Okay. And this all just integrates with Stripe and works directly with Stripe. Okay. This is I know it's a bit complicated. It took me time to even understand how this works, but any questions? Any questions about how that works and how you can use rebilling or anything of that sort? No? All good? All right, perfect. And we do have some help documentation for that as well in the help center. And like I said, it links to your one balance. Okay. All right, don't look at these funds. All right, it's our test account. Yeah, so it just goes, it links into the one balance. So you can add your balance over here. And like I said, your one balance is going to be used up for emails and SMSs that you use, and it's going to be used up for emails and SMSs that your sub accounts use as well. And by the way, that slider that I showed you before in rebilling, that applies to all of your sub accounts. So there's no way to actually set it for specific sub accounts. That slider just applies to all your sub accounts. Okay. Is there anything else? We got a few more minutes here. Any other general questions?
So what is the cost out of our one balance to send an Insta report?
To send an Insta report is here. It's 25 cents from your one balance.
Okay.
Yeah. The way we used to have it before we used to have a Pro Plus premium plan before we changed to just the all-inclusive Dashlix Pro. We used to have a certain amount. So like Insta sites on the Pro plan, you would get 100 Insta sites, an example, included in your Pro plan. Now, the thing is that if you wanted more Insta sites than the 100, if you use up the 100, you wanted more Insta sites, you need to upgrade to the 297 plan, where it would cost you an additional $200 per month. So that was the problem with that, because some people wanted to use more than their 100, but they didn't necessarily need to upgrade to a higher tier plan. So right now you can just be on the plan and use these services a la carte as you need. So, and by the way, that doesn't necessarily cost that much money. If you wanted to build out 100 Insta sites, from a dollar standpoint, that's going to cost $10, 10 cents times 100 is $10. So it doesn't make that much of a difference, but you have that option and ability to do so as you want. So that's why we made this change. And I think it works out for the majority of people. There are some people that didn't necessarily like it because it said, oh, I used to have 100 Insta builds. Now I have to pay an additional $10. Or now you can get more and you don't have to pay an additional $200 per month. So for the majority of people, it works. Okay. Any other questions? Besides that, from a money-making standpoint, we also have the affiliate center, so you can send out affiliate links to other agencies that you might know. And if they subscribe to a Dashlix Pro plan, that's a way for you to make money as well. Okay. We have the dashboard assist. So if you haven't done that, we recommend doing that. So it allows you to fully set up your Dashlix account. So you're set up for success. So just go through the Dashlix assist there. And that is the run through. Oh, I didn't go through the fulfillment center. That's a whole other thing. I've had phone calls for this as well, but pretty much just to summarize the fulfillment center. So you have all the fulfillment services here. You can see them on the left rail. You can also manage all your orders here, and you can see all your onboarding documents as well. Okay, then we have our add-on services, which are sites and listings. And if, for example, you wanted to check out the Facebook ads plan and check out the different tiers, you can press to learn more. And you can, I'm on the Facebook ads pro, and you can see the different pro options here. And you can press to compare plans, and you can see everything that's included in the Facebook ads pro plan, plus plan, premium plan, etc. And these are tooltips, so you can hover over these. So if you're not sure what one of these means, you can hover over it, and there's a quick little explainer as well, and check marks to show you what's included in every one of these plans. And obviously these are wholesale prices. We recommend you as a retailer to resell these at 3 to 4x of what you see here. But again, that's up to you. It's whatever you think is fair, however much money you want to make on whatever purchase. And obviously you make the difference. So if you're selling something at about $199 and you're reselling it for 3x, so that's an additional $400 in your pocket every month at a rate that you resell it at 3x. Oh, there's one more thing. You also you can download white labeled PDFs up here. So I'll show you what that looks like. And you can, and you can resend that to prospects, show them exactly what's included. And these obviously don't include the prices because there's a white label. Okay, cool. That's our time. Do you have any other questions before I let you guys go? All good? Makes sense? All right, awesome. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm here. I'm available to you if you have any questions. As you saw, Sue, you had a question, and Ashley, you had a problem with something, and I was able to make sure that you get our guy Ryan, our account manager, to give you a call and sort things out. That's what I'm here for. Besides jumping on calls with you sometimes, I'm here to help you out. I'm here to make sure that you are set up for success. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to help. Thanks you all for joining, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Gil.
Bye.
Thank you.